Hello, and welcome to Take Flight Live with Phoenix Stage Company, an award-winning 100% volunteer community theater organization located in Oakville, Connecticut. I'm Ed.
What? Oh, I'm Tim. I'm sorry. I was reading that.
Desiring the Highlander.
Desiring the Highlander.
Yeah, so we're here with Take Flight Live again, surrounded by goodness.
Remember us?
We have our dear friend, Michael Calabrese, our very, dour producer, but we love him. He's our technical producer. Al is in the room. Say hi, Al.
Hi, Al.
Jeff Schlichter is recording today. That's why we look so fancy.
Yes,
Jeff, we're really happy to have you in the room.
Yeah.
And Agnes is here.
Hello.
Ah, yeah. So, yeah, welcome back to Take Flight Live. It's been a little bit. I was loading we have our little books that I give to everyone. I was loading it up, and the last pages we had in were from Give Local 2024. So either we were really good and didn't need the books, or we haven't done a podcast in a while. And that, Michael, can you push the little button on my phone? My sister is texting me from Tennessee. She's probably saying I can't sign in. Oh,
I don't know why it's doing that.
I don't know, but I'm listening to myself. Do you know that today is National Shrimp Scampi Day?
Great.
It is. It's there are so many national things, but I thought the shrimp were funny.
Okay.
Hey, Tim,
Hey, what?
do you know what you call a shrimp with a bow tie?
I don't know. What do you call a shrimp with a bow tie?
Sophisticated.
Right, now you gotta tell me after. This happens here.
Tim, I would ask you what you've been doing over the last week, but we haven't been here for a year. So before we do that, why don't we wish happy birthdays to some folks?
Yes, we do have some birthday. We just missed one, actually.
We did.
We did. A couple days ago, Brian Elser had his birthday.
Yep, on April 27th. So happy birthday, B-Man out there.
Al Hathaway. Can't tell them what your age is going to be?
75 young years old.
So if you see Al, yell to him happy birthday, because he probably won't hear you very well.
Yeah, it's true.
And downstairs rehearsing right now and that's why this looks different this time, because we are on the set of our upcoming show, which opens this Saturday.
Back to the birthdays.
Christy Flynn. I want to tell people
May
we're
6th.
sitting on the couch.
This
This is not our normal set.
This is lovely. I wanted to do a talk show format, and this
Okay.
is great. I know you prefer to have a table in front of you.
I do.
I don't know why, because he keeps beating on the table. He never talks loud enough with microphones anyway. So, yeah. Great week.
Did we say Chrissy?
We said Chrissy
Okay.
Flynn, May 6th. Yeah, happy birthday again to Chrissy
And
Flynn.
later on in May, Greg Weaver, who's done several shows here on May 23rd.
Yeah.
And Bassett's birthday.
Hey! Oh, hey.
Big
Yeah.
one, right?
What's that?
Big one.
Well, I'm over the hump. I'll be 61.
61? Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody's trying to call me now.
Yeah.
And then on May 29th, Marilyn Olson, who's done a couple shows here, and Dan Willey on May 30th.
That's right.
And
So,
they got a big year going on.
yeah, happy birthday, everyone. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Jeff Schlichter, when is your birthday?
September 19th.
September 19th.
No, we'll have to wait then. We'll have to come back to that.
Agnes, when is yours?
October 2nd.
That's right.
But my
October the
brother-
big two.
He
It's
said,
Cinco de Brian Dano on the 6th.
That's right.
Oh,
That's
okay.
right. Cinco de Brian Dano
all right.
on May 5th. Outstanding.
Oh, exciting.
Yeah. So what have you been doing? What have you been doing since our last podcast?
What have I been doing? We've been mostly here. Mostly, well, I'm semi-retired now, so I work when I feel like working, which is not very often.
When we were in the office and we were talking about doing stuff today, we were trying to remember what did we do last year? And we only had 3 productions last year, and we were still trying to, tumble our way back into into the routine of producing shows again, because we still hadn't
Right,
gotten there yet.
true.
So it was kind of surprising when I went, wait, we only did 3 shows last year, and
Three,
this year we're doing 5.
yeah.
We have 5 this year. So yeah, it was
The year went by fast.
it did. It went by really fast last year.
We've done a couple, Laura and I did a couple of trips, last Christmas, we went to Minnesota, so I could see Minnesota Vikings play.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was fun. We went to Sedona this January, and it snowed on us.
I went to Torrington.
Yeah. And that's it.
Yeah.
But we continue our quest to hit every single brewery that Connecticut has. We're not there yet. We got a long way to go.
There are more breweries in Connecticut than there are towns.
Yes, there are.
That's really,
But
yes.
we, and we're not the only ones having things going on. Black Hawk has changed. They've completely remodeled.
They did. They
their
remodeled and
brew
did some
hall.
stuff. So it
it's
was
a very,
crazy.
Very cute, very cool over there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's and they continue to be a wonderful supporter of Phoenix Stage Company.
They do, and we really appreciate that.
So I mean, it's been it's just amazing to me that the last time we did this was Give Local.
Trying to get everyone's schedules together was difficult. It wasn't easy. I was moving. I had a year of illness. Flu and COVID for the 7th time.
Yeah,
I fell in my driveway and knocked myself out.
I did.
It was really weird waking up and looking at the sky half under my collar. It was really weird.
Well, I've done that before, but for different total reasons.
I just slipped on the ice because I'm klutz.
Right. But yeah, and it just seems like there was always something going on.
Yeah.
And it actually surprised me when you sent me this, it gave me this list of what happened last year.
Yeah, what we actually, because we had the memory box in October
Which was
of
such a brilliant show.
And
that was a world premiere, right?
yeah, that was a world premiere. That was in October of 23, actually. And then we did the stage reading of Hurricane Jimmy.
Let's move on.
Move on. Yeah. We had Farmdale Avenue Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
We had Farce of Habit. Stiletto came in to see us. The Bright Young Things performed a couple of times.
Yep.
We were supposed to do The Legend of George McBride, but there was an issue with the royalties for that, so we had to push it, and we did Sweet Surrender instead.
Which was a lot of fun.
It was great fun. You were in that, and yeah, Chrissy was in it. It was great fun.
Yeah.
Pocket Shakespeare came back last year. They'll be back again this year. We'll talk about that in a minute. And of course, we had the ever popular mini golf tournament
Yeah.
that I missed for the first time.
That's right, because that's another thing that kept you busy, is you really did a full season.
I did. I did a full
at-
season at the Renaissance Fair.
Right.
I did. Yeah, so that was an interesting thing to do. Hey, you know what? I don't know where we are with stuff, but are we ready with an update?
Yeah.
Oh, we have a couple of guests coming out. They're going to do an update on Give Local and where we are with stuff.
So come on, updaters.
Updaters. Who do we have? Let's see if it's a surprise.
It's Eric and Laura, everybody.
We're here with an update.
Okay,
Good.
update us.
We have $4,960.
That's great.
And at the bottom of the sign, it says,
Oh,
Happy Shrimp Scampi Day.
That's right. Hey, I can tell you a joke, Eric.
Can I just hold it in front of your face?
Yeah, that's great.
Hey, Eric.
Yeah.
Why don't shrimp like basketball? Because they're afraid of the net.
We have some people we want to thank.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Our very own Colleen,
Oh, thanks, Colleen.
Aaron Streeter, thank you.
Kathleen Jones,
Beth Steinberg,
Oh, that's his sweetie.
Jeannie Martin,
Oh, Jeannie.
Bonnie Mazzaferro.
Bonita.
and the Crying family.
Thank you
so much. And here you go.
4,960. Oh, okay, there you go. Here you are.
You said you wanted bits.
Yeah, Ed said he wanted bits, so we're giving him some bits. We don't know why he needed them, but
I don't know.
these are the bits you wanted.
Okay, yeah. See, I told them to do some bits when they did the announcing, so they gave me 2 bits. Yes, I'm gonna do a bit. I don't need a drill bit, but I appreciate you anyway. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah. You will see them again.
So please call, not call, we can't call. Please,
An online fundraiser. Can't say that.
It's an online fundraiser.
I'm out of practice.
We do have a QR code.
Great, where's our QR code? Can you zoom on?
Oh.
If you get,
So all two viewers right now.
Yes.
Use your
There's
camera.
13.
Oh, 13. You
can.
can scan this code. It'll take you directly to CCF, givelocalccf.org.
Yep.
You can give to your favorite nonprofit. We hope that it's Phoenix Stage Company,
Yep.
but it's okay if it's not. There are over 300 nonprofits participating this year, and it's really important that you support the cause that's closest to your heart.
Right,
Phoenix Stage Company.
right. And let's talk about a little bit about, we talked about this before in other podcasts, of what Give Local does for us.
So the difference between Give Local and other grant and donation processes that we go through, when we apply for a grant, for example, from the Connecticut Community Foundation or the One Time Foundation, which is an amazing organization in itself, you have to specify what that money is being used for. So you have to fill out applications and you have to fill out all of these forms that say, we're buying X, Y, and Z. Some of them want you to actually send them photos or descriptions of the equipment. Or you can use it for programming. For example, if you wanted to do programming for seniors in your theater, then that grant will be used and administrated specifically for that project. It can't be used for anything else. Whereas when we raise money during Give Local, that money can be used for things that you can't get grants for. For example, electric bills and insurance bills. And when we have to fix things in the building before fire inspections, because, you know, we check all of our batteries all the time.
We're a safe place.
And we have to do all of this work, but that takes money. And so sometimes budgets are really hard, especially for a theater that's, you know, climbing that ladder back, but we're coming back. So the Give Local money is really important because what we've raised so far, that $4,960, our insurance broker is going to be really, really happy with me because we will pay the whole balance of our insurance for the year. So we won't have any insurance payments through the rest of the year and everything will be safe and happy. We will owe no money to Eversource, which will make me really happy.
Yeah.
So we can take care of all of these expenses that right now hang over your head all the time. You know, you just kind of hold
Well, I mean, if
the weight of
if you
it.
do Eversource, I'll be so grateful because then he won't call me to complain about Eversource until the next Eversource bill. comes
Right.
in.
But we also, you know, we need things like light bulbs and we
Basic
have to.
operating stuff.
Al is always asking me for more safety stuff for lights and cables and things that we need. And the Give Local money allows us to do that. We're able to use that money specifically for that stuff, pay down some debts and get the equipment that we need for the coming season, which is a really exciting season.
Like popping corn and popcorn boxes and all these other things that don't just magically show up here. We actually have to go out and get them.
Yeah, but
So
it's
that's where a lot of this stuff is going to go. So please make your donation today, and please go on and look through how many different organizations
there are over 350
It's
organizations
amazing.
out there this year. There's everything from green spaces to mental health organizations, after school programs, daycare, senior centers, lots of theaters, lots of arts programs,
Yep.
lots of mental health organizations. They all do such important work. And, you know, there's one out there, the Greater Waterbury Arts and Culture Collaborative. So this is an organization that represents and promotes and collaborates with artists in our region. And it's all kinds of artists. It's painters, it's musicians, it's actors, theaters. We're a member of our Greater Waterbury Arts and Culture Collaborative, as is Landmark Community Theater, the Palace, Seven Angels. I've served on the governing council for the ACC for 9 years. And I really like the work that they do, and they promote, and they're a really good resource for you as well. You can sign up for their newsletter. You'll get the newsletter, and it lists all of the things that are happening in the region. So they're a great place to put a couple of bucks during Give Local. They really
Yeah.
need that help to do the work that they do.
I think there's some animal shelters in there too.
Lots and lots of rescues and
Yeah.
things like that. And then just throw it back to Phoenix Stage Company, give us a couple more dollars.
Yeah, that's all we want.
You know-
We're not that greedy.
Yeah, if we get a lot of, because the other thing, there are prizes with Give Local.
Yes.
And a lot of the prizes are based on the number of unique donors, individual donors. So
Yep.
you can't go on more than once and be a unique donor. Your name shows up once, that's a unique donor.
Aren't there some like special time ones, like first?
There are, your
closest?
wife tried for one this morning, it didn't quite work. I have found in the past that when you try to get the time ones, like there's one closest to midnight, the organization that gets a
right.
certain donation at closest to midnight. And there's one tomorrow morning, the organization that gets a donation closest to 5:50 a.m.,
Well, we'll be up.
which is the sunrise, right?
Yeah.
So, but what happens is everybody waits and they're all pushing the button at the same time.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so those are a little bit difficult.
Yeah.
We in Oakville, Watertown, we don't have a lot of prizes that we are eligible for because there are no big sponsors that come from Oakville,
Oh,
Watertown.
okay. I didn't know that.
So the sponsors in Southbury and Waterbury and Southington,
Yeah.
in Thomaston, they want their prizes to go to organizations based in those towns. So if we can find a sponsor that will sponsor a prize in Watertown, Oakville, we'll be eligible for that.
Well, we'll work on that for next year.
So we'll work on that for next year.
Yeah,
We'll help them out. Yeah, it's good. We have a great season coming up. You know,
We do.
we'll talk a little bit about that, but we wanted to talk a little bit about the year in review,
Okay.
right? The years in review, I should say.
I like how we did that.
This is our 15th season.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah, it's our
Stage Company.
15th season. That's right.
Okay.
So I pulled a whole bunch of pictures.
Aha.
Yeah, a whole
Yes,
bunch
you
of
did.
pictures from all of our years over the 15 years. And we have a little video. This video is about 13 and a half minutes long, somewhere in there. So
But if you've ever been on a show in Phoenix, chances are you're gonna see yourself in the video.
yeah, and a couple of them repeat, and I apologize for that. We were watching earlier and I went, oops, I put that one in again.
It was good. You did it twice.
But we're gonna have Michael put that video on now. You'll be able to watch that, and as soon as that's over, we're gonna be back and we'll continue this conversation, and we're gonna have another guest sitting right here next to me, and we'll talk all about 15 years of Phoenix Stage Company. Michael, you wanna hit that video?
You know, I'm sitting here at the sound table, the director's table for our upcoming show, Be a Good Little Widow, and I'm working on some sound cues and some lights and all of the things we have to do before we open a show. And sometimes it feels like it was just yesterday that Agnes called me and we looked into the windows of a retail space at 686 Rubber Avenue in Naugatuck and peered in and thought, well, this could be a good spot. And we went and had lunch in the parking lot. There was that little restaurant there, and we called Sharon and told her what we wanted to do, and she said, let's do it. So with a big leap of faith and a little bit of money from our 401ks, we signed a lease on July 17th of 2010, and then we opened our doors on September 27th with our very first production ever, and that was Butcher Bums. It was a long time ago. It was 15 years ago. Sometimes it doesn't feel like that at all. And since then, we've moved into this much larger space at 133 Main Street in Oakville, the old Clockwork Repertory Theater. This building's been here for a long time, and we're kind of the shepherds for this little piece. We've produced 100 productions. This is going to be our 101st production that's coming up in just a couple of days. We've produced 180 one-act plays. That doesn't include the stage readings that we've done and other events like that. We've had 1,460 actors, 280 directors, 112 stage managers, 14,220 tech hours have been logged. That's amazing. 8,925 front of house hours. So that's concessions and ushers and box office and all the folks that come and work during the shows. In total, when I started adding this stuff up, we've done 126,100 volunteer hours. And that doesn't include some of the things like our cleanup days and strike days and things like that. And, you know, more than a community theater, we've been a family over the years, and we've experienced our losses and we've experienced our highs and our lows. And we couldn't have done it without each other. We just couldn't have done it. We made it through a shutdown, and we're climbing back from it, and we're doing well, and we're doing better. You know, we need people to continue to be a part of this community, and that's what this is. It's a community, and we love everyone. And I hope that Phoenix Stage Company goes on long after I'm stepped down or stepped down. So, you know, just continue to be here for each other and enjoy this space and enjoy the craft and the art. And congratulations on 15 years, 126,100 volunteer hours and 100 productions, soon to be 101 with Be a Good Little Widow, and you're not going to want to miss that. So listen, I put together a small montage of some photos from shows that we've done since 2010, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you all very much for being a part of Phoenix Stage Company for 15 years. And to those of you who have just joined us, welcome to the family, and we look forward to seeing you many more times here in the theater. Thank you all very much. We love you.
Oh, is that fun? Oh, what? It's
Hey, come on.
a lot of memories, isn't it?
Yeah, well.
He's here now.
One moment, it's taking a moment for the.
Yeah.
I really am happy to see you in this set. You really, yeah.
Zoom meeting and I have to see how quickly I can. I'm working on it.
That's my sister saying, I can't see you anymore.
And now it doesn't want to recognize the video.
Unplug plug it back in.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do that.
Oh. It's like, why
Saying that.
Here we go, earthquake.
Damn it.
What's up of the rat? And this book. Every set since the Hallelujah Girls.